The first time I traveled for a meeting for over 7 hours, I thought the meeting was for the next day. So I would travel and rest. When I came, they said, thank God, the meeting is this night. In fact, we are late. We are late. I just drove for over 6-7 hours. It was in Kaba at the NYSC camp. And I didn't come on my own. I came to represent a senior man of God. And you are saying is now. So give me 10 minutes, let me pray. As I knelt down to pray, God said, I will show my hand. It will be a power service. I stood up. I said, let's go. I wore my suit. I entered the meeting. Brothers and sisters, I thought and thought. I charged myself. I prayed in tongues. I will teach some things that I know the hall will explode. Everybody was shaking like this. I was looking for somebody to fall down or for somebody to shout so that I'll be encouraged and start making declaration. Everybody sat like this. When I saw that things were not working, I left them and started worshiping. I worshipped. No word of knowledge was coming. After a while, God now showed me mercy. And I picked a word about a young man. I said he was wearing a glass top, full hair. He lost his father who was a pastor. And now he is struggling with his faith. In fact, he told himself that if he leaves NYC, he will go and do what he wants. I thought that was my key to break into the service. I gave the word with audacity because God cannot lie. We looked and looked and looked. The moment I gave the word, people started clapping for brother to come out. They look left, look right. Brother didn't come out. Service went from lukewarm to extremely cold and congealed. That was when I came back and said, Lord, mercy. Because I know one thing in God that will never fail. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Do you know the worst part? God eventually broke out in the meeting. Many things happened. After the meeting, somebody walked up to me and said, Pastor, I'm that brother that you spoke about. I looked at him and said, get out of this place. Get out of this place. Don't come close. You don't know that my life was hanging on that word of knowledge. You sat where you... He started begging. I said, get out from this place. What do you want me to do for you? The anointing was on me when I was preaching. The anointing has lifted. That was when God started constraining me. And I called him and prayed for him. But what's the point? I was looking for a natural sign. And God wanted to teach me a lesson. There was no sign. Until I became frustrated and I shouted. And started giving commandment. Suddenly, things began to boil. Things began to boil. And before I knew, somebody shouted on the left. Somebody shouted on the right. I now heard a plastic chair. I say, yes, we are here. When you hear that sound, know that something... When you hear that sound, you enter your warrior mode. That was when I told them I came in the spirit of Elijah. God told me he will show his hand. Oh yeah. I came alive. But you see, God was teaching me, look for the sign of the spirit, not the facts. The facts will lie.